Hey, welcome back. Wake and take number 3. Hope you guys are having a great time. I'm pre-recording these, so I'm not sure what the weather's like outside. Hopefully we're not missing a beautiful, bright, sunny day. Today's is in full bloom, is our make and take. So this is make and take number 3. And here's our card that we're going to make. These are all cards. They just seem to be the easiest thing to do is make and takes. They don't take you guys a whole lot of time. It's a really cute, simple card. This is that wonderful in full bloom paper. I just love it. I think it's really nice. And one of our consultants or makers from Canada helped design this. I use a little shimmer brush. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on the top here. You can see there's a little shimmer brush. You'll have a couple samples right there in front of you. We did a little sponging. You're going to have some dots. I'm just working with some of the colors. So, well, let's get making our make and take. So I have the sample. I've got my Versamat. You guys are going to have that nice grid paper. We're going to use the In Full Bloom card making stamp. This is really cute. Super cute. Loving it. This stamp set, the big one, is actually designed to go to do up and down, just like this. So you can have a full kind of cutout. Really cool. We're not going to use that part today. We're going to all these cute sayings. We're just going to use a couple of them. We're going to use our regular black ink because we're not going to be coloring over it or anything. And we're going to use Glacier, some sponge, some of our 3D foam tape. We're going to use our clear shimmer brush. I'm going to show you our little pickup stick again. So, all right, let's get going. Oh, and our adhesive, which you should have brought with you. Okay, I'm going to empty my container. Oh, stop. It's right there. All right, so let's go ahead. The bone folder should be on the table, so again, you can read crease. Like I said, these are just put in so that you can, so they'll fit in the Ziploc bag. This is the reverse side of it, but we're going to use the printed. Now, all of these are a little different, but there's a light bulb and a camera. So your light bulb points down and your camera points the correct way. So just so that you're looking at that, a couple strips of this down. I'm going to line it up. So it's about 1/4 inch-ish. Just equal all the way around on my card. All right. One thing I am going to do now that I have it laid down is I'm going to, and as you're waiting for the stamps, I'm going to take the shimmer brush and I just colored in this huge flower, which I think is just gorgeous. And you don't necessarily want to squeeze too hard on your paper, but you want to make sure that you're getting some of that on there. So it has that nice little shimmer to it. You can see that. There's a little shimmer to it. All right. Let's go ahead and ink our little white square. So we're going to take our Glacier ink. And we're just going to take a little bit of it. And we're going to just kind of do some light pouncing on here. You can wipe a little bit, rub a little bit, but you can do some little pounces and kind of rub it in. It depends on if you like a lot of color, not so much color. So it depends on how hard you tap on that first one. Okay, so we've got our color on there. And let's go ahead and stamp. So this one was Springtime Wishes, but you could use any one of these. So I'm just gonna, actually I'm gonna turn this over because this is my Versamat. Well, no, let's pretend it's my, I'm gonna use it on my foam. Sometimes I find with the words and stuff, it's not as necessary to use that foam, but if you're wanting to do a really nice job, I would suggest that you do. So I like to lay my stamp down on my Versamat and then pick it up with my black. Now I have used these before, so I don't need to season them, but I would. I'm going to use my black ink in, and I can see that everything's covered. And I lay it on my Versamat here. I can see through it, and I can kind of line it up so I have, hopefully have my springtime all even. I got my stamp chamois, wipe it off. Now, if you're doing this, we'll do this for the next one. I'm going to put this one away, and we're going to do this with Wishes. We're just going to use this smaller little block. Now, if I go in and I get it all inky, if I look, I've got ink. Let me put it under the, see if it'll zoom in there. You can see I have ink all the way around the outside. So I can take this stamp chamois and just wipe off this extra ink in here. So I'm ready to ink it up again. Okay? So I'm ready now to go ahead and do my springtime wishes right on there. So your stamp chamois is not only to clean your stamps, but it also helps you clean off that block if you do make any mistakes along the way. All right, so we're done with our black ink. We're done with all of our ink now. And I'm going to just, I didn't do this on the first one, so you're going to learn from some of my mistakes, or not mistakes, but things that I wish I would have done a little bit differently. So I have it centered. So I know that this right here is my center. This is a cool little tool, and I have it available for you guys to use. I like to move it with my fingernail, and now I can kind of grab it with this and just kind of place it. It's kind of a waxy. You just take a pencil sharpener and you can sharpen it. So now I'm going to take the next one off, and I just see how they kind of just want to move and stick to your fingers and wherever. So I like to loosen it. I'm going to put it right up there, and I'm just going to kind of slide it off, and away it went. See, this is true. Oh, here it is. There, I can pick it up. And now I can kind of move it where I want it. So you got to see how this tool really works when you have flying little jewels and gems. All right, let's bring these things back in, and let's finishing it up. This one is super simple, but it gets you used to using that sponging technique. And remember, you always, if you start with the sponging, you always have a second side. If it gets too dark or you don't like it or whatever, just turn it over. Then we've got this nice avocado. You can use either the light or the dark side of it. And we are going to go 3/4 of an inch up. So I'm going to go 3 squares. 1, 2, 3 is going to be at the bottom. And then I'm going to use my foam tape to put my springtime wishes on. And again, you could have used the lighter side or the darker side. It doesn't matter. It's all personal preference. And we're going to just put this the right way on. And right down here in this lower corner. and our card is done. How simple is that? But practice on this nice little sponging technique. It really adds a lot. That shimmer brush just gives it another little bit of a dimension to it. So that is our make and take number 3. Hope you enjoyed.